On today's episode of Kaiju No. 8, Season 2, Episode 8, we got memories, filler, and a training arc. Long story short, we got flashbacks. No hype up, nothing. I don't do that. Welcome back to Anime Intake. It's your boy Dan. And this is one of the only places where you can get the hottest takes, the most current anime, and a real genuine reaction from people just like you that love anime. So if you want to talk about all anime related topics and ask any questions, you know where to find me across all platforms. Anime Intake, NYC. Come find me. Yeah, I know how we start this off, but before we start this off, what do you rate this episode? Because surprisingly enough, I rated it a 6. Now the reason why I rated it a 6 and not higher, it would have been higher if the second half of the episode was the entire episode. The first half of the episode, we started out with Reno still fighting the Hanju, and all that was just dragging on. So Reno fighting the Hanju. Then we got flashbacks of Shinomi and Mom when she first took on the numbers. That was a wholesome moment between Reno and his team, and the breaking of barriers of people surpassing their limits. Great, amazing stuff. Second half is what I really like. When Kafka, the guy we want to see, battling his own tribulations. Funny enough, it's the same story, just different characters. Now that I think about it, I like Kafka's better, personally. What you gonna do about it? So with the later half of the episode, in Kafka's journey, that's where things really started to heat up. Kafka's whole dilemma throughout this whole episode was trying to balance his personal strength and his kaiju strength. How quickly you forget a lot of the stuff that he's done is through his own actions. I forgot that completely. I'm thinking he gonna use kaiju power like that, and he about to go and do something crazy. But he technically is the one calling the shots for now. Ultimately, still a kaiju powers that's still doing all this stuff. So I'm a little torn between that. Like, I get it, but I'm on the fence, you know? But still a great message nonetheless. We also found out that Shinomi's dad was the one that perfected the fighting technique. You have to have a certain caliber of skill to perfect your own fighting technique, and then train that fighting technique throughout the whole ranks, the whole defense corps, everybody using it. He was going hand to hand with kaiju. That's all I thought about. He got hands against kaiju, and Kafka was getting smoked. When he hit him with the uppercut, that was smooth. That was a smooth little jab right there. I messed with that. So Reno took down the Hanju, which pretty much showed that he has some type of control on his suit powers. Maybe not enough to go against number 9, but definitely enough to take down the Hanju, which is all he really needs to do. Open up the way for Kafka. That's it. Hot takes. Towards the end of the episode, we saw Kafka see a shadow of some type of warrior staring him down. I think it's a memory from Kaiju No. 8 being imprinted on Kafka. Because as he said, the kaiju and the humans have been fighting for so long. Back then they had swords and stuff killing kaiju. Don't know how that happened. That was fake news. He said they did. I didn't see it. I don't know. That don't make sense to me. Sword is not going through a kaiju by any means. No, I don't see that happening. Bullets can't go through kaiju for real. You think a sword is? That's the only thing that could have made sense based on the armor that the Shadow had. And if that's true, Kafka might be able to go in his memories and train. That level of training, immeasurable. If he does that kind of training, that mental training, the shadow boxing, if Kafka does shadow boxing with the old kaiju, that would be fire. I would really want to see that for real. But now I also wonder, because we've seen Reno kind of see the kaiju in his eyes mind. When Kafka sees Kaiju No. 8, can he speak to Kaiju No. 8 like Naruto and Nine Tails? Because at first Naruto couldn't even be in the realm of Nine Tails, in his inner seal, whatever. But at a certain point, once he took off the seal and it was cool, he could talk to him whenever he wants. So could Kafka possibly do that? I actually have less questions this episode than I thought I would. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think. But I'm about to get out of here. I'm about to get my hair done. I'll see y'all next week. Kaiju No. 8, Season 2, Episode 9, coming at you. We're getting better at this, I ain't gonna lie. We're getting straight to the point.